Hello and welcome to Game 19 for the Sharks on Sheffield Sharks TV. After a disappointing loss against Leeds Force, the Sharks face a tough game against the Cheshire Phoenix. Let's ask Andrew about last week's disappointment and the Sharks' hopes for tonight. Hi, I'm with Andrew, one of the commentators. Andrew, last week was a bit of a disappointment. How'd you feel about the game?
I mean, I didn't see the game last week, but from having spoken to people, it was a tough loss for Sheffield, and in my mind, an unacceptable loss. You really can't be losing games like that to a team that's come into the league that's not been playing that well. You're playing at home, and you've won 5 games in a row. That's really a game you can't lose because they're making a nice push up the table, and that just kind of kills all momentum they had. And they talked about it being a blip, but it's just really killed that momentum in my mind.
All right, but I've heard there's been a lot of changes, developments this week. You want to explain what's going on with the Sharks?
Yeah, so Sheffield have made a change in their roster. They brought Mike Cook in, former league MVP from 3 or 4 years ago. I played against him. Very good player. They let Alan Payne go, which was a bit of a surprise because he was having a pretty solid year, but they needed to do something, and so it's a positive change, and unfortunately for Alan it didn't work out for him, but he's going to go on and have a good career. I don't think we need to worry about that. They're going to be looking for a reaction though. Hopefully it's going to spur them on. Tonight, with new players that fly in, especially from the States, it's going to go one or two ways. He's either going to be brilliant or he's going to be terrible. So hopefully for Sheffield he's going to be first. There's usually no middle ground that first game. They've come off the fly. It's all about adrenaline. So hopefully from Sheffield's point of view, he's going to have a big game tonight.
And tonight we're playing Cheshire Phoenix. How are you feeling about that?
They've been playing really well. We saw them earlier in the season, and Sheffield got a really good win. And at that point, I think Cheshire were in a little bit of turmoil, but they've turned it around. They've won 8 or 9 games in a row, so they're going to be feeling very confident. So it's going to be a good, tough game, and hopefully it's going to be exciting.
All right, well, thank you, Andrew. So let's go to our commentators, Andrew Bridge and John Timms.
Thank you, Jeannie, and here we are with the Sharks versus the Cheshire Phoenix. And Andrew, 2 teams that have both made changes this week, and the Sharks really made 2 big changes.
Yeah, so first off, Cheshire have released Julius Hodge. I don't think we really know. There's been a lot of stuff said. He's got his view, Cheshire have got their view. I don't really think we'll really find out exactly what went on. But Sheffield have brought in Mike Cook, former league MVP, and released Alan Payne. So obviously after last week, not happy with what went on with the loss to Leeds, and I've looked to make a statement. So it's going to be interesting how Sheffield react to that.
I understand Alan landed in the country yesterday and attended practice, and he's playing tonight, but may not see too much of him.
I think it'll be dependent on it. If Sheffield play well, they might not need to play him, but he's a good player. And although he's not maybe a fay with what's going on now, Atiba's run a lot of the same stuff for years, so he's going to have an idea of what's going on. So I expect to see him probably play quite a bit.
And we've also got BJ Holmes back playing for the Sharks tonight as well. So big opportunity for the Sharks to get things back on track from here on in.
Yeah, BJ's probably just going to bring a bit more composure to the team. I mean, I didn't see the game last week, but I think that's, from what I've heard, lack of composure at the end of the game didn't help. So hopefully BJ's going to bring that to the team.
The Sharks there. Damon Watt scoring early for the Phoenix, but the Sharks some good defence there, coming up with the ball, and BJ Holmes straight away looking for the pass inside, finds John Barber, who tips it in and ties the game early on at 2-2.
Yeah, I mean, good pass by BJ, good seal by Barber. Rushed that first shot a little bit, but stayed with it and got a nice tip in.
Another hand there from the Sharks, and Nick Lewis goes down the corner, goes up, tries to get the defence in the air and does that. Nice layup from Nick Lewis.
Yeah, good pump fake by Lewis. Damon Watt was down there, pretty athletic guy. I think he probably bothered Barber a little bit on his first shot, but Lewis took his time and finished well.
Nick Lewis there with his hand on the ball, thought he'd pushed it onto the Cheshire player's knee, King's knee, and he went out of bounds and thought he was going to get that, but referee said, no, you knocked it out, Nick, and Cheshire get the ball. DeNuno shoots from off the quick pass back from the inbound, and John Barber pulls the rebound in, and the Sharks head down the floor. BJ Holmes now looking, the Sharks definitely looking to try and get the ball inside. BJ, quick pass back to Olu Babalola, who knocks down a big three, and the Sharks lead by 5 early in the first quarter. The Sharks look like they're responding a little bit at the moment, Andrew, from last week's tough loss.
Yeah, but that's to be expected. If they'd, not come out with this kind of reaction, you'd be a little worried. But they've, started the game really well. Ran a couple of screen and rolls, and it looked like a bit of confusion from Cheshire about what they were supposed to be doing.
Oh, great drive from Olu Babalola. Saw the gap, stepped straight through it with that quick dribble, and goes down the middle and lays it in nicely. And the Sharks extending their lead 9-2. David Aliu in the corner there, big mismatch. Looking great help comes there from John Barber, and Sturge takes a three, misses that. John Barber pulls it in, and away come the Sharks. Nick Lewis now gets his man to back up there as he goes in, and he's Sharks moving the ball well. Colin Singh now being aggressive. Oh, there's dribbles. I think it came off Colin there. He maybe thought it hit somebody else, and
either way, he should have picked it up. He was rolling right next to him, but he shouldn't have given the referee a chance to make that call. But good start by Sheffield. Cheshire, the coaching staff, not happy with what they're running. They don't think they're running any of the plays the way they want to. It's a little surprising considering they've won 8 or 9 games in a row. You'd have expected them to be a lot more fluid to start, but good reaction by Sheffield.
Okay, and it's a timeout for Cheshire, with the Sharks leading 9-2. Cheshire inbound the ball. King moves the ball down. Cheshire have been really, so far, quiet on the offensive and not made a lot happen. Sturt drives to the middle, looks to feed it inside. And Olu Babalola judged to foul there. Great job by Watt to make the basket and the and one opportunity. Watt makes the bonus, and Sharks come away with the ball, brings it back to a 4-point game. So Sharks still in control. Mike Tuck goes inside, goes up against David Aliu. Nice step away to knock it down for 2, and stretches it back out to 6 points as Patrick Horseman finds himself on the floor in the middle there. Looks like he got tripped. He's struggling a little bit on his ankle. And Aliu makes a nice move inside to get a drop and keeps the scoreboard ticking over now. A little bit more closer from both teams. Mike Tuck inside there trying to seal his man. Olu Babalola spins, pulls up against Sturt, puts it down, but Mike Tuck gets the rebound, but he's stripped by DeNuno. Goes into the middle and makes a nice layup with Nick Lewis coming over the top there, trying to get another block shot, but doesn't quite come off that time.
Yeah, both teams are looking at the refs, looking for fouls. I think both have got to play through. I didn't think it was a foul either way. I don't think Aliu got fouled. I don't think Tuck got fouled on that play. There in that transition, and Sheffield had a couple of guys back, and DeNuno managed to beat him 1 on 2. I don't think a team will be,
BJ Holmes steps away on the end of the shot clock there, doesn't drop, and DeNuno goes hard down the middle and gets the drop and ties the game at 11. So not just a couple of minutes ago we're talking about how well the Sharks are stretching out the game, and now it's tied at 11, and just shows basketball, the runs are coming.
Yeah, Sheffield took difficult shots. They'd got really good looks before that, but they took difficult shots, and they let Cheshire, particularly DeNuno, get in transition, but that time Lewis made a difficult shot, so the difference being Cheshire have got to take it out of bounds. It's more difficult to run, but a bit more ball movement, get back to those easy shots they were getting before.
DeNuno for Phoenix has been a key player along with Watt, who just misses that one there, but Sharks have been looking to make sure they get a score here. Patrick Horseman looks like he's struggling. He's just signalled to the bench that he needs to come out. Gave up the 3, but hits Mike Tuck from the top, who knocks down a three-pointer.
Yeah, good. A wide open shot that time for Sheffield. Gamble by Cheshire on defence and smart play by Horseman.
The shot comes in there. There's a whistle. Foul call on Nick Lewis. Pushed him under the basket. Doesn't make it, and Dinuno here in the corner, who's definitely been a key player in this Phoenix team tonight, but drives into trouble. Great rebound by John Barber. And what we also see now, Andrew, is Sturgis in the game, the tallest basketball player in Britain. And John Barber steps out to three.
Yeah,
the former Harlem Globetrotter.
Yeah. So I actually like this matchup for Sheffield. But Barber so there on defense, he doesn't have to guard Sturgis on the three-point line, but if he takes his time on offense, Sturgis is going to stand in the key like he is now. Barber just needs to take his time and drive by him.
A little bit untidy there. Foul called there, and Mike Cook looking at his eye there as well out on the court, so maybe he got caught there, but he's just looking at that there. Game was stopped, and chance for everybody to regroup. Dinuno again on the ball. Definitely been a key player, made everything happen so far. 3-point shot there. And John Barber does enough to make sure the Sharks get the rebound there against the giant Sturgis. So far, Mike Cook finds, gets the ball on the floor and gets a foul call against Sturt. So not a lot of contact there, but the foul was called. So no, that's what happens when you're league MVP coming back.
Well, he's not been here for 4 years, so I don't think that. But that's how he likes to play. You know, he made a crafty dribble move, created a little bit of contact, and they called it for him there. But this is a good matchup for him, with Sturt trying to guard him.
Sharks skip the ball over to Nick Lewis, who shoots from way out, but the Sharks manage. John Barber pulls in the rebound. Mike Cook now down the middle, goes into the middle, but the Sharks manages to get the ball back there on the outlet pass, and a little bit scrappy as Nick Lewis tries to throw the alley-oop pass to Zach Gachette, and really there's just a sign of just get the ball down the court, make a nice easy layup rather than the big spectacular plays sometimes.
Yeah, I mean Sturgis is not that athletic, but he's big, and it probably wasn't the way to go. Cook was open on the other side is where the ball probably should have gone, but sometimes a nice simple fast break, you know, is the best thing to do.
Zach Gachette goes down the middle, doesn't get the drop, and at the end of the first quarter it's a 1-point game. The Sharks leading the Phoenix 17-16. So at the start of the second, the Sharks inbounding the ball, and as you said, Andrew, both probably the Cheshire coach the happier of the two at the end of that first quarter, because his team is still in the game after a great start by the Sharks. Mike Cook with the ball, steps out to 3-point range, takes the shot, not dropping for him, and what makes that?
Yeah, so Cheshire went to the zone that time, and Sheffield didn't really get in anything or move the ball or dribble penetrate that well. Cook took a tough shot, and then Cheshire on the break.
The 3-point shot there by Cheshire gives them a 2-point lead, but great inside play from Mike Tuck to Zach Gachette makes it a tied game at 21.
Yeah, nice, good extra pass by Tuck. And Gachette with a good finish.
Sharks good hustle there, come up with the ball again. Mike Cook not getting the drop there at the moment. Mike Tuck doesn't get a drop. Great offensive rebounding by the Sharks, but nothing drops, and Phoenix come away with the ball. So the Cheshire coach not happy with the rebounding there. Nick goes off the screen there, and goes into the middle, spins and finds BJ Holmes wide open, who's coming, doesn't get a drop. Denuno comes down the floor, finds great bowel movement by Denuno, drives to the middle. Mike Tuck takes some big contact there, but referee said nope, it was 50-50 and come down the floor, and the Sharks now need to get something going at the offensive end as BJ Holmes finds Nick Lewis in the corner, managed to pull the ball up. Shot clock shouting down, but BJ Holmes from way out, and Sturt pulls the rebound in for the Phoenix. It's a little scrappy on offense at the moment from the Sharks.
Yeah, they're not getting any dribble penetration, and the ball's a little slow. Moving where it needs to go to. Don't move really crisply. But I think a little bit of penetration would help, especially on offense.
Sharks now definitely need to get some offense going. BJ Holmes looking to get the ball inside. Goes against David Alley, who Mike Tuck spins inside, nearly gets stripped there. Denuno pulls the ball in. Nick Lewis goes, turns his man around, puts it up, and it's a great move by Nick Lewis. Gets his man going the wrong way and makes a nice basket.
Yeah, but just a little bit of penetration, and that time, it worked out where he got the shot himself. In Cheshire's book, this is a luxury having 7 guys. But he generally does, though, plays Aliu, Denuno, King, and Watt a lot of minutes. They're all going to be over 30 and spells through the other spot.
Nick Lewis steps out wide. Big three-pointer there from Nick Lewis to bring it back to a 2-point game. Phoenix up by 2. 4 minutes to go here in the first half, and Sharks needing to keep the pressure on now. And Zach Gachette against Elio finds Sturgis wide open in the middle. Knocks it down. I also think he might be wide open wherever he stood on court, though.
Yeah, I thought the 7'6" guy would be by the basket, not making 3-foot line jump shots. Sheffield, though, I think need to get into the action a little bit quicker. A lot of the plays they're making at the moment are towards the end of the shot clock, and they're making shots off talent rather than executing what they're trying to do.
John Barber gets the ball, steps away from Sturgis, puts it up, doesn't drop, and away come the Phoenix with the ball. And Denuno's been quick and making things happen all night long. Finds Ali, who's wide open for 3 points. And just when the Sharks made some indent into that 7-point lead, it's back out to 7. And the Sharks now certainly needed to get some shackles on that Phoenix scoring.
Yeah, just a little bit of dribble penetration. It wasn't even all the way to the basket, just one hard dribble to the middle, and they got a wide open layup. I think they need to get into their offense a little quicker, though, Sheffield.
Great pass by Watt to King. There, great pass to give the reverse layup there for King, and Sharks call a timeout. Down by 7 against the Phoenix. And a lot to do in the rest of this first half, Andrew, to make up for some reasonably great defense, but the offense has been not been making scores.
No, and the defense has been pretty good, but Cheshire getting into a bit of a rhythm now.
Sharks are behind against Cheshire Phoenix in the first part of the game. Let's find out if they can take a win later in the game. BJ Holmes finds John Barber in the middle.
Sharks looking, moving the ball around. Bichette goes down to the middle, goes in hard, but is rejected by King. Dinuno goes down the middle. Watt lays it in, and he's fouled by Alu Babalola. I don't know, Alu's a little bit upset there, but I think that was an easy call for the referees to make.
Yeah, in the break, and it just looked like a foul, but again, Cheshire ran a good 2-on-1 break. Watt ran the floor really well and made a good finish there. Now he's got a free throw to come.
And so far, I think he's having the night when you said either great or not so great. So far, it's not so great from Mike Cook, but maybe shouldn't expect too much having got off the plane yesterday.
No, I don't think.
Wow. Watt misses the dunk there, and Sharks could punish this now if they could just make some baskets. The layup missed there by Zach Gachette. Sharks finding players wide open underneath, just not making baskets.
No, I think they might need to go up and throw down a couple of dunks or something like that. But going back to Mike Cook, I don't think Sheffield really expect him to win the game for him. If he came in and had a big game, that's a bonus. But what it does prove though is if Sheffield are looking for him and those wide open looks are there, So if he can do it, the other guys that have been here, can do it, and maybe they'll have a little bit better shooting night. But it bodes well going forward. He's going to make those shots.
So timeout to the Phoenix Sharks, down by 8, 32-40. Sturgis did. So Sturgis misses both. There's a lot of contact there, nothing given. Watt manages to squeeze through all the players there to knock it down. It's back to a 10-point game, and the Sharks coming down the floor with pretty much the last play of the first half. And definitely not going to be happy, I think, Coach Lyons, with his first half performance as Mike Cook's counting down the ball. Finds John Barber wide open in the middle with a nice pass, who knocks down the shot. Dinuno comes down the middle. King gets a shot off which goes in. The referee's checking to see if it was good. Referee says no, it wasn't good. Cheshire not happy with that call there, but referee cuts up the table.
It wasn't even close. He wasn't even close to getting it off. Good call by the rest. But that last play the Sharks made on offense, that's there for them all night. Doesn't have to be a jump shot though. They can get that, take the time, and attack going to the basket.
So at the end of the first half, the Sharks are down by 8, 34-42 against the Cheshire Phoenix, and a lot all to do for the Sharks in the second half. So at the start of the second half, Cheshire inbounding the ball. And Andrew, who stood out for you in the first half so far?
Well, for Cheshire, it's been Dinuno and Damon Watt. Very, very efficient with what they're trying to do. Dinuno's had effective at getting, especially in transition, getting them where they want to. Nick Lewis had a great first half for Sheffield, all over the court. 10 points, but 5 rebounds, 3 steals. So he's been very active. Played with good energy, which is good. But I think the difference in the game, though, is Sheffield haven't made a free throw, and Cheshire have made 8, which is, essentially the difference in the game.
And Sharks get a stop in the first Phoenix offense, and then Olu Babalola gets a nice step back, makes a nice jump shot. So 6-point lead now to the Phoenix, and the Sharks need to work hard on defense as Nick Lewis gets rubbed off the screen, and somehow Aliu doesn't score underneath the basket, and the Sharks come down the floor. Nick Lewis steps underneath and gets a great rearranged layup there into the basket. Sharks have come out with some intent now, Andrew.
Yeah, a bit of energy, good rotation on defense, forced the extra pass, which was a turnover. But Lewis, I think, it was such a difficult shot because it looked like he tripped over Watt's foot. as he was going, and he made a really good finish.
Dinuno there with the 3, and John Barber pulls the rebound in as Nick Lewis goes to the middle, tries to find John Barber underneath, doesn't get there. Dinuno spins round and throws it out of bounds, and scrappy by Phoenix, but Sharks need to just keep making sure they take advantage of the turnovers.
You know, Lewis got up in the air trying to pass, got caught with nowhere to throw it. Dinuno comes back and spins and tries to throw an over the shoulder pass and throws it straight at Karen Child, but she managed to get out of the way. But you know, 2 scrappy plays from both teams there.
DJ feeds it into Babalola, who steps away there. Looked like there was a push there, but not given. And Nick Lewis there was a pretty easy call for the referee to make, and no real complaints from Nick there. He understood he did that and gives Cheshire a chance to run an inbound play from the sideline.
Yeah, I think he was just trying to stop the clock.
Watt down the middle. Mike Tuck there just pushing the ball out from underneath, but that's not allowed in basketball, so the referee's just making sure when he knew that was a basket scored.
Yeah, obviously can't jump up and knock it through the ring, but I guess the rest thought that was a shot by Watt. I mean, to me it looked...
Bad turnover there from the Sharks, and just when they were putting some intensity back in the game and making the game a little closer, it stretched back out to an 8-point lead for the Phoenix. And BJ Holmes comes down the floor, and John Barber finds Mike Tuck. Watt goes into the middle. Great move by Mike Tuck. Spins off Watt, gets to the basket and lays it in nicely. Didn't make the bonus shot. And the Sharks moving the ball. BJ now with the ball, finds Mike Tuck, who spins. Foul, no basket there, but foul called against Watt. So,
you know, big guys both battling for position. Actually, Tuck would have probably been better off if they'd not called that foul, because he'd got perfect position and would have just laid it in.
BJ Holmes off the rebound in the corner, in the inbound in the corner, makes that down, brings it back to a 6-point lead for the Phoenix. And the Sharks just need to keep up this intensity and make sure they eat into that Phoenix lead. Yeah. Dinuno's looking to try and get the ball inside.
It's good execution by Sheffield on the out of bounds play, but it's their favourite play, and I can't believe how many times they score off it. It's one screen, you know, so we're going to put it down as great execution, but if that was me from a defensive point of view, I'd be going absolutely mental if I was playing or coaching, and that happened to me.
Great series of defense there to force a turnover at the end of the shot clock when they were under pressure. Phoenix didn't get a shot off and travelled in the process. BJ beats Watt, gets the layup, goes underneath. John Barber hustles hard for the ball, gets the ball, goes up, gets the foul called. BJ did a great job getting to the basket and rearranging his shot there.
Yeah, protected the ball well, drove on the bigger guy, and because Cheshire seemed to be switching a lot of screens, they switched Demond onto BJ. Once he got the shot up and past Watt, it meant Barber was going against the smaller guy for the rebound, so advantages with Sheffield through forcing the switch.
The sub-C Mike Cook and Patrick Horseman come into the game for Nick Lewis and Olu Babalola. Dinuno makes a great move to the basket there. Great basket by Dinuno, makes it strong and goes up there. Patrick Horseman finds John Barber at the top, and the rebound by Mike Cook puts it straight back up, gets the foul, and will go to the line for 2 shots.
Yeah, Sheffield doing a pretty good job on the offensive glass at the moment. you know, letting them get to the free throw line. They've got to make free throws though in this situation. Down there, Danuno split the screen and roll. As a defensive point of view, you can't let the offensive guys split the screen and roll because it just takes out all your defensive rotations on the backside.
Mike Cook opens his account for this season in the BBL with 1 from 2. Phoenix again with King handling the ball at the point. Goes hard down the middle. Danuno gets blocked, and the ball saved by Mike Cook, and nearly ends up back in the Phoenix hands. Luckily the ball went out of bounds just before that, so Phoenix get the ball underneath, and rather than the basket that they just scored. So great opportunity for the Sharks. Good pressure from the Sharks there, no easy inbound, and be hard for Mike Danuno to see over Mike Cook. Mike Cook, King pulls up for 3, doesn't drop, and Patrick Horseman comes down the floor, finds BJ Holmes, who goes down the middle. Mike Cook finds Patrick Horseman. Good ball movement as John Barber comes around. Great ball movement by the Sharks there to find Pat Horseman for 3. A great period of ball movement, Andrew, there.
Yeah, good ball movement, a couple of dribble penetrations, one by BJ, one by Barber. Ended up with a wide open 3 by Horseman.
It's a 3-point game, and the Sharks get a steal there. Great hands by Mike Cook. Finds John Barber. Just there, the Phoenix put on some great pressure. Sharks looked a little bit lost there, we're not expecting it, and Sturt reaches in and fouls and pretty much helped the Sharks out there a little bit.
Yeah, you know, Cheshire had done a good job of stunning the outlet pass, and Sheffield only had a little bit of time to get it across. But, you know, silly foul by Sturt. Don't want to reach in that situation, and now Cheshire have got bad matchups here.
Mike Cook goes down the middle. Gets a great spin move against Danuno. Maybe the second half he'll turn up in for the Sharks a little bit more, but open his account now, and it's a 1-point game to the Phoenix in the lead. Sharks come in back well. Great defense by the Sharks. Mike Cook goes down the middle. Danuno reaches in. Thinks he got all the ball, but the referee said no. Reached in there. Big swipe at the ball, and the referee's called a foul.
Just like in the first half, you know, when Sheffield swiped at the ball, Danuno did the same thing. So, you know, the refs are being consistent, which is all you can ask for.
So it's a timeout for the Cheshire Phoenix. The Sharks down by 1, but a good spell of play there and on the free throw line. And coming out of this timeout, Mike Cook will be on the line for 2 shots.
Thank you. Remember the next home game a week tonight, Friday the 16th in town. Leicester Riders. That is going to be an absolute monster. You have got to be here. Two games taking place elsewhere. These are in the third, League 442, Plymouth Raiders 51, and this is an interesting one. Worcester Wolves 63, Newcastle Eagles 48 in the third. Wow. Mike Cook on the line for 2 shots.
Mike Tuck hits 2 from 2, puts the Sharks up by 1. And that's a great period of play for the Sharks to come back and go into the lead, Andrew, here in the third quarter.
Yeah, pulled them back in well. You know, been resilient. You know, it's not been the best basketball they've played all year, but they're competing, which is the main thing. They've been really active and forced Cheshire into mistakes.
Mike DeNuno makes a tough basket there, goes up against 3 Sharks players and comes away with the ball. Mike Cook finds BJ open, who definitely gets hit. Comes up with the ball there off the rebound, kicked out by Mike Tuck. Mike Tuck goes into the middle, goes up against a lot of contact there at the defensive end, nothing given though.
Yeah, but I like Sheffield in this type of game, this type of environment more so than how it was going in the first half. You know, and Cheshire's baskets right now are tough baskets.
King makes a huge 3 and asks the crowd to be quiet. They won't be here in Sheffield, but he does put the Phoenix up by 2. Mike Cook there goes down the middle, finds BJ open at the top, who goes up against, and Mike DeNuno reaches in and accepts that straight away. 2 shots now for BJ Holmes.
BJ on the line.
BJ Home misses the second, but it's a 1-point game now to the Phoenix. 2 minutes 50 seconds here left in the third quarter. Phoenix moving the ball around, back in DeNuno's hands. John Barber comes up against what? Some good ball movement there by DeNuno, who hits a 3. And Cheshire lead by 4. Mike Cook finds Pat Horseman. Great pass by Mike Tuck there into Pat Horseman, who lays it in to bring it back to 2-point deficit. And just over 2 minutes left in the third quarter. It's getting intense here. An early shot by Sturt, not really needed there by the Phoenix, but Mike Cook now on the ball, looking to try and get the ball inside. Easy shot from the baseline, knocks it down. Ties the game at 58 with just under 2 left in the third. Exciting period of play now here. Both teams going hard. King finds DeNuno open, who misses that somehow yet again. Watt pulls in a rebound. And the Sharks all come after him there, and the foul's called, and somebody definitely got him, I think, in there.
Yeah, easy call for the refs. You know, Sheffield, they had bodies there. If they just played position, if he made it, you know, he'd made it. But you know, good period of play by Sheffield. Tough shot down this end by Cook. But again, that's how he likes to play. Kind of playing with the ball a little bit, forcing the defense, you know, probing the defense and seeing what they're trying to do.
Back on the floor, back on the floor.
Both teams made some changes there. We see Watt on the line for 2 shots. Watt makes both. Mike Tuck comes out of the game there. Zach Gachette goes in.
15 personal.
And the Sharks come down with the ball, down by 2 here in the third quarter. Sharks done well to get the game back close. Need to keep it there going into the fourth. Great ball movement by the Sharks. Great ball movement there, Andrew.
Yeah, the ball went from side to side and then to the baseline. Moved the whole defense, and which is exactly what you want when you're going against the zone.
Game's tied at 60. A quick shot by King there misses, and the Sharks pull the rebound in. Mike Cook doesn't get it, comes up short there. Not sure, I think he was looking for a pass there. And Phoenix turned the ball over as well. Denuno remonstrating with his players, expecting more, but turnover it is. And Nick Lewis White shoots a huge 3, but that allows a quick. Denuno goes down the middle, uses his body well there to protect the basket. Phoenix by 2, 20 seconds left on the shot clock, 30 seconds left in the third quarter. It's a great tight game here at Sheffield. Mike Cook goes down the middle, finds Alu, who tries to find Zykash underneath but doesn't get there, and Phoenix come away with the ball now and just need to try and make sure Phoenix don't get a score here. But here's the man that has been scoring. And Watt gets the offensive rebound and goes back up and gets fouled, I think, by Patrick Horseman. And we'll go to the line for 2 shots with just 1.5 seconds left in the third quarter. And great job by the Sharks to get back into this quarter, even lead at one point, I think. But should have just tried to close it out, but still in the game now.
Yeah, came back into the game well. Had a couple of great offenses against the zone, and then took a long 3, and then tried to force a pass in there. Which is not what they need to do. Just keep moving the ball side to side, dual penetration, and they're going to get anything they want. It's not a great zone.
So there, at the end, misses the second shot, Watt, and Sharks try to get a quick game off, and nothing goes close. And little altercation at the end of the game between Coach Gaffino of the Phoenix and Mike Cook. Not sure where that's going to go with, but Coach is unhappy, so maybe that was Mike Cook's idea. But at the end of the third, Sharks down by 3 against the Phoenix.
Let's see if the Sharks can win in the final part of this game against Sheffield Phoenix on Sheffield Sharks TV.
So here we are at the start of the final quarter. The Sharks down by 3 points against the Cheshire Phoenix, and looking to certainly eat into that deficit quickly and stretch the game away, hopefully, here in the fourth quarter. Nick Lewis goes for 3, doesn't get it. And the Sharks don't quite pull in the offensive rebound. John Barber's really hustled hard on the rebounds tonight for the Sharks.
Yeah, he was close to getting that one, but Sharks moved the ball that time, but it never changed side of the floor, so the defense didn't have to move and didn't create a wide open look.
Denuno spins, no help defense there from the Sharks at all. Everybody pointing to go there, something needed to go there. Yeah. Nobody did, so
yeah, it was pretty evident what was going to happen, but everyone was looking at it, but no one actually went to the help side.
Zach Gachette there goes baseline and uses the ring to protect the ball as he goes underneath and comes up. Back to a 3-point game. Phoenix there pushing the ball around, pushed it inside, and Ali, who couldn't quite pull it in. Sharks get another chance now to eat into that deficit. Ball stopped moving a little bit now on offense, so Olu-Babalola pulls up, doesn't get it, goes on the floor, looks as if he's a little bit hurt, but hopefully will recover from that. Denuno open, doesn't get it, but King pulls the rebound in, pulls the next one in and gets it back. Great period by the Phoenix now, just keeping the Sharks away from them. Offense really, ball movement's not great from the Sharks. Zach Gachette goes baseline, doesn't get it, looking for something. And the Sharks there fouling as a fast break comes down the floor. Olu-Babalola there given the foul. That's his third in the game.
Yeah, good foul to stop the break. You know, Cheshire got out there again, 2-on-1, maybe a 2-on-2, but you know, good foul to slow them down so they can't get anything easy. Pretty decent offense by Sheffield down here. Got the ball where they wanted it to. You know, could have been a foul, might not have been. Just got to take your time and finish if you're Zach there.
Nick Lewis gets a hand on the ball and goes up hard against Denuno, reaches in. Foul's called. Sharks now. King makes the bonus, Sharks down by 5. Nick Lewis steps up for 3, misses. John Barber gets a hand on it, finds BJ Holmes wide open. BJ Holmes for 3, doesn't go. And the Phoenix come up with the ball. Denuno against Olu-Babalola. Now is looking to feed it in. King there, crosses over, steps back. What a shot there from King. Great play there.
Yes, it's a tough shot, but if you're Sheffield, you just got to make him put it on the floor. That's all you got to do. With a player like King that wants to shoot, you just got to make him put it on the floor.
BJ makes a nice basket there to bring it back to a 6-point game. Denuno's on the ball there. Aliu wide open underneath. Steps underneath the two players there and makes a nice layup. Back out to an 8-point game, coming up to 5 minutes left in the game. Lewis steps through, lays it in. Mike Tuck goes after that, but the Sharks can't pull an offensive rebound, struggling to score. Sharks need to put a run in to get back into this game. What's been a little bit quiet. Wow, 2 big shots from Nedenov. Stretches the lead out even further for the Phoenix. Big period of play there for the Phoenix. Has really put the Sharks under pressure for the rest of this quarter. Be a long way back now, Andrew.
Yeah, it's going to be tough now. Cheshire made a few threes in a row. I think Sheffield probably trying to do something different, maybe double Denuno, force somebody else to initiate the offense. You know, just so Cheshire haven't got a different look. They look comfortable right now. They need to get them out of their comfort zone, force them to do something different. You know, if they're going to win, make them win in a way they're not used to.
Cheshire now leading by 14. Denuno moving the ball around. Aliu's in the corner, knocks down a 3 right on the shot clock, and the Cheshire have made three threes back in a row, putting the Sharks under pressure. Pat Horseman in the corner, great save by by BJ Holmes to find Pat Horseman, but it's just not happening for the Sharks tonight.
No, they're trying to get back into the game on a 3-point line, you know, and Cheshire are hitting and they're not. You know, so it's going to be a long way back now. 3 minutes, you know, really difficult. You don't see it too often.
Watt down the middle, good ball movement. King for another 3, knocks it down. And 12 points, 4 threes in a row for the Phoenix. And again, they lead by 20 now with 2 minutes 40 left. A long way back for the Sharks. Pat Horseman goes baseline, finds Mike Cook open for 3, knocks it down. It's back to 17. DeNuno now. Sharks, Coach Lyons asking for more intensity from the Sharks. DeNuno looking to cross it over, throws it out of bounds. Coach Lyons asking for more from his team, Andrew. He's not giving up, nor should the Sharks at this moment.
No, I think if they'd maybe put a little more pressure on, like DeNuno just thrown it out of bounds, you know, not under a great deal of pressure, and he threw it to no one. You know, so Sheffield can up their pressure and up the intensity. You know, I think they'd get a lot more.
BJ goes past Nedvedov and is in the corner now, shoots a 3, knocks it down. There's just over a minute left, but it's still 14 points. DeNuno crosses over, goes down the middle and is wide open. Finds Aliu. Phoenix doing the right thing, closing down the game, closing it out. He was chewing up the clock. And Pat Horseman fouls and sends King to the line for 2 shots. King makes the second. Stretches it out to 15. Pat Horseman in the corner, dishes it out to Mike Cook, who misses. Mike Cook goes up for the rebound, and King comes in and knocks it out of bounds.
Yeah, good effort on the offensive glass by Sheffield, a hand on it and forced Cheshire to knock it out.
Good ball movement by the Sharks, finds BJ open, brings it back to 12 points, still a lot to do in just 40 seconds in the game.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a little bit too little too late for Sheffield.
John Barber fouls DeNuno and sends him to the line, so a lot depends now on what happens in these next 10 seconds or so in the game. Sharks need to score big, and DeNuno needs to miss the free throws. So Mike DeNuno makes both free throws, and the Sharks go into call a timeout. Mike Tuck in the corner, stepped out of bounds, and Coach Caffino calls a timeout because his team really need it right now, and probably just to make sure they can advance the ball up the court, bring the ball in safely, but the game's definitely over, I think, Andrew.
Yeah, you don't normally get the team that's winning call the timeout in this situation. They've done their job tonight, you know, credit to them. They came out, they made shots when they needed to. Watt was really effective in the first half. DeNuno's been pretty effective across the whole game, really. King's made a couple of shots. But, you know, obviously both coaches still trying to teach at this point, you know, looking at the bigger picture and what they're trying to achieve.
Cheshire get the ball in safely. Sharks foul quickly. Send David Aliu to the line for 2. It's Mike Tuck's 4th foul.
And he gets the first.
Aliu makes both. Subs come in there, and I think coach bringing in an extra ball handler and 3-point shooter.
Timeout has been called.
And Sharks call a timeout, obviously wanting to advance the ball up the court and trying to make sure they get a good opportunity off this inbound play. So come out of the timeout, Sharks down 78-94 to the Phoenix with an inbound play to come. Can we get any stats? So every time you try and print something, anything, it won't print. Foul called there by. Ball's called on what? The ball was in play before the foul was called.
Yeah. I mean, it's a foul coming over the back, trying to get the ball. Easy call for the refs, but you know this guy.
BJ Holmes makes both. 31 seconds left in the game. Sharks down by 14, looking to try and get something off the inbound. Do get a steal. Mike Tuck gets it to inside, but doesn't quite get in. It's a scrappy period of play. Several shots there by the Sharks. Nobody could put one in. A quick foul comes, and it's 24 seconds left in the game, and Phoenix are back on the line. King fails to get both, and Sharks come down with the ball. Nick Lewis on the line, pulls up for 3, misses. King rebounds. No foul called there, and eventually the referee does that. Olu Babalola there with the foul, and King goes to the line again for 2 shots. King makes the second. The ball's inbounded to Nick Lewis, who's going to come down. Who goes down the layup. The Phoenix let him score. Makes that, and they inbound the ball, Cheshire. And at the end of the game, The Phoenix win this one 95-82. And Andrew, some great shooting by the Phoenix. You know, they did a great job tonight, but the Sharks made 82, but really should have done a little bit better at the offensive end.
Yeah, Cheshire did a good job. They had that spell where they made about 5 threes in a row that were, you know, a couple of them were really tough shots, but that really broke the game open after Sheffield had fought their way back in. But now Sheffield, you know, been a rough, 7 days for them. Need to go away, regroup, focus in, come back next weekend at Manchester, doing the right things, being aggressive, getting ready for this trophy run that they're going to have over the next couple of weeks.
And today's MVP, Andrew, difficult choice today. Nobody really stood out, but you selected Mike Tuck.
Yeah, I thought in that period where Sheffield came back into the game in the third quarter, Tuck was really effective. He was really active. Got his hands on a lot of balls that didn't go down as rebounds. But in that period of the game, he changed the course of the game. Nick Lewis had a good start, but Tuck, in that crucial period, brought Sheffield back into the game before obviously Cheshire pulled away towards the end.
Yeah, great job, Mike Tuck. We hope you'll watch the next game here on Sheffield Live when the Sharks will take on the Leicester Riders.
Hi, I'm with Nick Lewis. Nick, how did you feel about the game tonight?
It was a tough loss for us. I mean, I know we all wanted to win that game, considering we didn't win the game we felt we were supposed to win last week. So it was a tough loss for us, but I felt that the guys played good throughout the game, but it was just we ran out of gas, and they hit a lot of really tough shots towards the end of the game. So it was a tough loss for us.
Okay, and what do you think it's going to take to boost morale to do better next week?
I think that we just need that one game. Like 2 weekends ago, we had 2 good games back to back. I just think we need to continue playing like that. We just need more guys stepping up and everybody chipping in so that we can get these wins.
Okay, and just on a lighter note, just to get to know you a little bit, where are you from and how long have you been in England?
I'm originally from Toronto, Canada, and this is my 3rd season with the Sharks, so probably going on 3 years, so I've been here for a while.
So about 3 years. So have you had any culture shock?
Culture shock, probably just getting used to the accents. There's a lot of different accents over here, so I have
it's not the same as Toronto?
It's definitely not the same, but I know I have a hard time understanding people sometimes. But
what, here in Sheffield? Are you kidding?
Nah, definitely. I'm getting used to the accent in Sheffield, but it's still kind of tough sometimes.
Okay, great. Well, thank you, Nick. Appreciate it.
No problem.
The Sharks will be home again next week, where they'll take on the Leicester Riders on the 16th at 7 p.m. We'll be back with coverage on the game at 7 p.m. For more information, go to www.sharksbasketball.org.